Hi guys, welcome.
Hey, Sabah.
Hey Kate. Are you ready for next week?
Sabah, I can't come. I gotta
What?
work. I
What?
know. I know. I know. I know you were only going because I was gonna be there,
That
but
was the reason why. I was
yeah.
like, Kate said she was going to be at the IM party and at the next event.
No, but I don't want to be a groupie. We know
That's,
there's
that's what
groupies.
Mark said. He said,
Wait, Matt, are you going?
Yeah, I live here.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess that makes you not a groupie because you're not like traveling with them.
you're
I
not a
went.
groupie. You didn't come to the last one. So,
Me? Well,
yeah,
I mean, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
these are excuses. Matt, you picking up on the excuses Kate's making here?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Sounds like my daughters.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Putting me in that category. I'm leaving this core. I'm gonna go get another copy coach. I'm quitting Copy Accelerator now. That's it.
Sorry, Kate. You got to follow through on your promises.
Well, I'm coming to the one in August.
Yeah, everybody's going to that though.
Oh, Jesus. Well, maybe I'll make a surprise appearance. We never know.
There we
So.
go. You're closer. I mean, I'm traveling all the way from Florida. You just have a quick. It's like
You know,
what?
it's actually 3.5 hours to get to.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's actually in Texas. Like that's the thing.
Yeah. It's only I got a direct flight finally, so it's only 2.5 hours for me.
Oh, okay. So it's closer for you.
Yeah, it is apparently. But let's see here. We have oh, Kate's first.
Yeah, well, I'm back to my number one position.
Yeah.
I guess you got the wire transfer.
Yeah, right. You got the bump. Let me just share my screen.
Transfer. Well, let me give you a bit of background on it. So it's a new lead for a product called Gut Rescue. It's an info product. It's not a supplement.
Okay.
Basically, at the moment, the information that they've given me is it's just not converting on the front end. It's a doctor who has created the protocol. I looked at the control and it was like boring as shit. So I kind of cut out like the first 4,000 words. They wanted to take out a lot of it. They wanted to cut like the first section from like 15 minutes to about 5 minutes.
Okay.
So this is just my rough draft of the first. Like I'm actually writing 3 different leads for them with different stories for each one.
Yeah.
So this is my first story that I've come up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really like I've got it. That was the other thing with the salad. Like they have a really good swipe at the moment that talks about how they gained 50 pounds from salad. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the opening line that I want to go with. Anyway, that's.
I mean, is there anything against using that the salad is making you gain weight, or do you have to do like a workaround for some reason?
No, they just want to keep that as like the angle because it's working.
Okay. Okay. I mean, only the first off, like I would just add like the common foods that people put in salad, and then like reiterate that, I mean, what are the foods that you're claiming are like damaging the body? Like
Oh, hang on. Okay. They just said general, like in this swipe. Maybe I should send it over to check it out. It was like just like, oh, this woman gained 50 pounds from eating salad, kind of thing.
But I mean, were there specific foods? Like, is it like beans or
No,
some?
they just
Oh,
said salad. It was very generic.
oh, I see.
So maybe I can.
If you're able to call out the foods, you could start with that. Like, because let's pretend like it's tomatoes, kidney beans, cucumbers, whatever. I would just like list out some foods and say, you think they're so, most people think these are healthy, but the truth is they could actually be hurting your chances at losing weight or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just like very specific.
Okay.
And mostly it's doctors just say that you need to eat more greens and fruits and vegetables, right? It's not even necessarily salad.
Okay.
But what is the thing? Like what is in the salad that is causing?
Well, they don't actually in the control. They don't actually say that. It's like a hidden toxin, right? It's this calling it like LPS toxins, like lipo something or other toxin
Oh, okay.
that is later on in the initial lead, there was a lot about it, like
Oh,
straight up
here it is. Okay.
without any curiosity around it. It was more
Okay.
just this woman's boring story as the lead. So I wanted to start out with the doctor this time, like having more of curiosity stuff with the story just after that.
Gotcha. Hold on, somebody in the waiting room. Okay. So I think the only thing, I'm not sure if you want to mention the mechanism here.
Okay.
Like I would bury it, like I would basically say I'm using this as an example, some weird trick for your metabolism. Like talk about the metabolism, but don't actually mention the name of the mechanism yet. Because you
All
want to
right.
do that later. Like you want to just get in their minds that it's something related, some hack or something like that related to the metabolism.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very interesting, the whole hidden toxin thing. I would just elaborate on that most people don't know, in like innocent looking lettuce leaves and tomatoes, there's a hidden toxin. Like be very specific about the foods that most people think are completely innocent, right? And then the contrast is that there's actually hidden toxins that are released when you eat them, and that's what's causing the problems.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an info product, so it teaches you what foods to avoid, or what is the
I got to it. I think it's just like a meal plan, basically.
okay.
From what I could see when I got to it's like I think they call it like the gut rescue challenge or something.
Okay.
Which is basically info products about what to eat, what not to eat to help heal your gut microbiome.
Got it.
Um,
So I
so
would talk about how it's disrupting, talk about how it's disrupting the health of your gut without you even knowing it, right? It's not even about fat loss at this point. It's more about how it's like causing havoc on your internal systems, and that leads to weight gain, digestive issues, bloating, constipation, all those things.
okay. Yeah, that was one question I was going to ask you about, whether I should reveal it's more about gut health earlier on in the lead.
I would say, yeah, I would mention like what is the official term for like the gut system?
I guess it's like well, it's not really digestive system. I mean, maybe it's
It is
like
part of the digestive system. Yeah, I thought there was a name.
like a real name or a made up name.
Yeah, no, a real name. The gut microbiome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Andrew. Like it's the biome or the microbiome. They kind of talk more about that in the content of the
I mean, it's ultimately it's your body's detox system, right? It's like your ability to get rid of toxins and incorporate nutrients into the body. So it's like if you can make up a name, or just basically what I'm trying to say is like you highlight the fact that it's disrupting that system. It's causing an imbalance in the microbiome, and it's disrupting that system, and that is linked to, this is why it's so hard to lose weight. This is why, digestion is poor. This is why you're always going to have cravings, because your body's not absorbing the nutrients properly. And the fact that you're eating more healthy food is just making everything worse.
Mm-hmm. Is that too much information to give them straight away?
Well, you want to basically, you don't have to deliver that, but you want to lead up to that problem. So, because right now you're leading up to the problem that you've just, this is the problem right here. Like people are dieting and they're still gaining weight is what you positioned it as. Whereas the real thing is like people are eating healthy and trying so hard to cut out, unhealthy foods, but they're actually causing more disruption to their gut, which in turn is triggering all these other issues. So it's not necessarily just about weight loss and the metabolism. It's more about like this gut disruption situation, especially if this is a gut health product.
I like that term, gut disruption.
Yeah, you can use that. It's
not
trademarked.
Yeah, I won't say thanks Sabah in the copy, but
yeah. Yeah, because that is what the microbiome, that's what they talk about when it's out of balance, right? So you can use disruption. I think that's a good, powerful word.
So yeah, you reckon it is okay to talk a bit more about the gut microbiome earlier on in this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, educate them on the fact, because, you know, some people might not be as like educated on how the gut is even related to, you know, their metabolism and weight loss and things like that. Like they know that certain foods don't digest properly and things like that, but you could really tap into the idea that there's this other hidden invisible system in the body that, you know, regulates like all the toxins and makes sure that your body is absorbing nutrients and also getting rid of what it doesn't need. And when that's disrupted, then it's going to trigger these symptoms.
Okay. All right, well, that's awesome. Do you mind reading the story that I added in when the female
Here? Okay.
Yeah, just I mean, yeah, it's kind of made up, but like it's from a forum, so it's kind of real.
I would start with like, I never realized that eating a salad at the restaurant would be the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Okay. Yeah. I'm getting a bit carried away with these crazy stories lately, I must say.
So basically she just had like a crazy.
Yeah, like she had really bad digestive problems and then she had to go really badly in the restaurant. I found something similar to this happening on an airplane, so.
Okay. So her embarrassing moment was that it was like an out of control.
Well, yeah, and like she came out and her boss was there and the restaurant smelled like poop and like everyone knew it was her kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're going to need a segue here about her discovery. So.
Oh yeah, that's messy still. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you reckon, what was I going to say? Yeah, so from like me talking about her bad story and then like, oh, led to the guy eventually, like, oh, I had all these other symptoms too, led to the guy, and then more about dream life, and then come back to the doctor introducing himself. Is that cool for structure?
So she's talking about her humiliating experience. It was the most embarrassing event of her life. I mean, you're going to have a lead in, yeah, on her discovery. Like she's had to have a turning point. Like I realized that I had to do something about this because I never want to relive that moment, you know, and then talk about how she started doing some research or something and how she came across this doctor and then go into that part.
Okay.
Like she's got to have some like, you know, it was a traumatizing situation. She realized this is the time now I have to do something about it because I never want this to happen again. Like, you know, really stir up the emotional situation there and then go into what does she do then? Does she start going online? Does she start talking to friends? Does she start like looking for gut doctors? Like what, you know, what was her process? And then she found Dr. whoever.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But I can keep that short-ish, right? I don't have to make that too long.
Yeah, do it like the bioharmony one, you know, where they talk about like how they found the doctor. That's a pretty smooth you know, story to discovery.
Okay, I'll do that. And then go into like the dream life, the benefits, and then I was going to introduce the doctor and talk about mechanisms.
Yeah, and just talk about how the freedom of not having to worry about this and like how it would be like a, you know, it could just pop up in her life.
Okay.
Yeah, because for somebody who's struggling with, they just want relief. They want the anxiety about it happening again is gone, right? And besides the physical discomfort, but also the anxiety of the, you know, could this happen again? That they'll be in this like embarrassing situation. So you can, you know, drive that home.
Okay, cool. Perfect. I think I'm good to work on this. So that's awesome.
Great.
Thanks, Sabah.
You have the most interesting story projects. It's like,
well, I've got story projects, and so they're like, yeah, free reign of your stories. So I'm just,
nice.
It's fun actually. So yeah, cool. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, good luck with this one. Looks like Matt, you're up.
Cool. So I was actually at the Internet Marketing Party. I met Kat Merritt, and so she asked me to do some Facebook ads for that movie you were working with I don't remember if she showed you the emails or the sales letter, the millionaire within her that Amber was working on.
Yeah.
So I wrote Facebook ads for that. She liked them. And then so she sent me a paid project.
Nice.
She sent it to me yesterday and she
Okay.
wants it today. So
Okay.
it's for a different film. It's for Endgame, which is like it's kind of like survivalist, but it also is financial and basically the world is ending type of movie. My sense is that they watch all of these docuseries, and then this is an email trying to sell them like an actual copy of it so that it goes away. So it's kind of like buying a copy of a webinar after you watch it.
Right.
But I've never wrote in like the prepper niche or any of that stuff, so I thought I should have you look at it before I sent it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest hook here is that they have unlimited 24/7 access if they ever need to like read up on it again or rewatch something. They've already watched the whole thing, right? Or seen some parts of it. So maybe, I mean, you could mention that even if you missed a couple of episodes, because how long is it? How long is the series?
It's 9 episodes. And then if you buy this, you get 2 bonus unaired episodes.
Okay. So you can mention that a lot of people don't actually get a chance to catch all the episodes, right? So this is your chance to get the entire series in order and watch it at your own pace. You have the right idea on the.
Okay. I think I was overthinking it because I was like, I don't know what this is, and she wants it today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just whenever you do the lifetime, just package it, like make it a product. So just capitalize it, lifetime access. Like it's because that's the thing, that's the product, right?
I think so. I'll have to look. I'll make sure it matches what's on the page.
Yeah, whatever the thing is called. Yeah, you have the right idea. I would just. Okay, so the bonuses. I would maybe just hype up the bonuses a bit more. So you could say something like, that's why you're getting it 50% off. Plus, when you say yes today, I'm including these 2 bonuses worth X amount. Just hype it up a bit more so they feel like, oh, this is like an exclusive deal.
Yeah. So those first 2 bonuses come with the silver, and then there's a gold package that has 7 more bonuses.
Oh, I see. So yeah. So in this section, I say, but the
up the hype.
Yeah, basically there's another hype point. So it's like, but if you want whatever, what are the other bonuses? 2 additional, I would just list it out. So if you want 2 additional unaired bonuses, secret episodes, the playbook and action plan, and however you want to talk about these other things, then upgrade to gold. Here's what's included with gold. And then you list the
so gold. Like tease the bonuses a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to segue into it. Do they have like a landing page with the 3 options or something?
It's just 2 options, but yeah.
Okay.
It's like almost the exact same thing as what's in the email, which is what she asked for. But
that's what she asked for? Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if you need to do if that's what the client asked for.
So she sent me a link to that page and an email that they previously sent out for a different film.
Okay.
I was like, copy this, but do a better job and include all the things that are on this page. So
gotcha. Okay.
That's what I did.
Okay. Does it actually, is there a date where it ends?
Not that I can see. I'm guessing like it started like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if they release one every week or something. And then, so it's like, you can watch it for free until the premiere's over, and then you have to have bought it or else you can't get it anymore.
Yeah, if there's a date, if you can confirm a date, I would just add that here.
it might be that they leave it up. It's not an actual date.
There's no actual like cutoff. Yeah, that
I have no
with
idea.
the urgency, but
I didn't find a date anywhere, but
okay. Yeah, I think you're on the right track, and if it follows the same flow as what the client gave you, then you're in good shape. I don't see any. I would just maybe just make this more like a CTA. So like get end game
cool.
on demand access at this exclusive discount. It is discounted, right?
It's probably regular price, but it says it's 50% off.
Oh, 50% off. Yeah, so I wouldn't be afraid to put 50% off.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Get it
Good.
in.
Good call.
Yeah. No other. Is there anything in the chat? It's probably not, Andrew. They probably.
I mentioned somewhere. Oh, it's like at the bottom of the page. I said something about you're going to want to have a copy of this on your shelf so you can reference.
Oh yeah.
And I said seriously on your shelf because they black out the internet in other countries all the time. So.
Right. But how would they access this? Is it like
they need to print it out or like download? Have a DVD? Oh. I think they get a digital copy, and then also they can get shipped a copy, and then they can print out the transcripts.
Okay.
It depends how scared they are.
Right. Right. Okay. There it is. Yeah. I would highlight that. You might want to print these out in case you don't have access to the internet or your computer. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thea.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. What are you working on?
This is for a weight loss supplement.
Okay. And these are?
This is a long form, beginning of a long form.
Oh, for a sales letter?
Yes.
Okay. I think you need to do a setup before you go into the story about her doctor. So it's going to be something like, I mean, it could be something like shocking statement. Like, I didn't know how serious things were until I had to go to the doctor. He said, if I wanted to keep my gallbladder, something like that. So there's just some sort of, you want to start with like some sort of shocking scenario, but then go into what happened at the doctor's office. That makes sense.
Yeah, the shocking, I guess I have it backwards because the shocking parts are going to come on the next page.
Okay. Nice. This is really good.
Great. Thank you.
Nice contrast on like all the crazy things that people have to do, but then you just did this one small change. I'm guessing it's a pill. It's like a supplement.
Yeah. Yes, it's a supplement.
Nice. Okay. This is where you're still working on it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, very good. You're on the right track and really nice story. I'm just not sure about the headline.
Yeah, I don't like the second headline, although at all. What do you think would be a better direction?
I think, because she's got like a humiliation story in here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I would try and do something about the humiliation, like with like the bioharmony one is, you know how she was humiliated at her high school reunion? That one was very powerful. So take a look at that just for some inspiration. I can't think off the top of my head, like what would be the perfect headline, and it might come to you when you finish the page. Like don't feel obligated to write the headline, you know, right away. But I would work on that.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah, good job overall though. This is really
Thank
solid.
you so much, Sabah. That means a lot.
You're welcome. Let's see. Lorraine.
Oops. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Excellent, thank you.
Good,
Okay,
good.
so we have here, we're in the beginning stages, all right? It's actually a test for, it's a product launch, and it's a high ticket offer. Basically, she's selling coaching packages for women, mostly women, okay?
Okay.
And my test is basically, I'm like email number 3 in the product launch, and I have to overcome one of their objections, okay? So that's
Okay.
where I just started this. I literally just got this, and I said, "Oh, let me write something really fast. See if I'm on the right track because I just want to get your eyes on it. See if I'm in the right direction with this." Okay.
Okay. So what is the CTA going to be?
I'm sorry, the CTA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know yet. I haven't gotten that far.
Okay. You got the story down.
Well, okay. Am I in the right direction? Basically, because I chose like the objection I basically chose is I don't have the money for this. And I'm
Got
just
it.
telling
Okay.
a story, and like this lady wakes up in the middle of the night because like she has too many bills, and her current business isn't working for her. So I
Yeah.
was kind of going down that rabbit hole, and that's where I just started this literally, and we're going down that rabbit hole. I want to make sure, does that make sense to you? That
Yeah,
story?
it totally does.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and you're basically setting up the story that the objection is that I don't have enough money, and you're setting up the
Correct.
story that you probably can't afford to waste. You got to be really tight with your money right now. But hopefully your email is going to do a segue where it's going to be like, how are you going to do it? Like, are you going to say, but I realized that I have to make an investment or something like that? Like,
Yes, I'm basically, she's gonna be like, okay, I can't sleep at night, my bills are really bad. And then like, but I made this decision to change my life and I took a chance type thing. Other than
okay,
that, it's gonna keep going down that same rabbit hole. So if I don't make a change, this
perfect,
is what my life will change to look like.
perfect. Yeah.
Right? That's where I was heading. Okay, that's where I'm heading. But obviously I have little ways to go with that. But I just
Yeah.
wanted, like I said, I wanted to see what you thought.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that direction, as long as you have that segue, right?
Yes, I'll work on that. Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Awesome. Cool. All right. I appreciate that. That's really what I wanted to know the most.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate that.
Awesome. You're welcome. Looks like Ariba.
Hi, Sabah.
Hi. Okay.
So, yeah, these are for the editorials, and
Okay.
yeah, you told me to keep them short, so I'd love to hear your feedback.
Nice. Oh, you use the vacuum, the colon vacuum. I love it.
Yeah, I also edited in the editorial.
Sweet. This one right here.
Yeah.
Nice. I love this. Nice. Okay. Now, has the client had issues with Facebook approvals and stuff for theirs?
So they do, but like he just changes ad accounts and stuff.
Okay.
Because Facebook is shutting down literally everyone right now.
Yeah.
Like even if you write compliant copy, they can shut you down.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just wondering because I know sometimes Facebook gets sensitive about this stuff because you're not like revealing anything that this is a product or that it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's still very kind of like kind of disguised. So you might want to just mention that like this new product or this new breakthrough a product or something like that. Just mention that it's a product that you're going to be talking about versus keeping
Sure.
it so vague. But you have the right idea. The hooks are really strong. I think for this one, just add the connection. I get where you're going with it, but just say something along the lines of research has found that lack of sleep greatly increases the chances of, issues with the metabolism and weight problems over time. Like just mention that like one connecting point.
For sure. After the second paragraph?
Yeah, after the 30%. So just basically connect the dots for them, because then you go into, luckily there's a simple at-home solution to fix this problem. Do you
Sounds
see
good.
what I mean?
Yep.
I would, and this one too, like the missing factor is a specific stage of sleep, and just add on there that most people don't even get close to what they should be getting of this sleep stage, or something like that. Just one more line that kind of ties it all in, that like you're probably one of the 90% of people who don't get, enough of this type of sleep, something like that, just to strengthen it a little bit more. Yeah, and be careful with the fat burning. I don't know if they've had issues with compliance on that, but you could just talk about metabolism to be safe.
Yeah.
Like a healthy metabolism or
Mhm.
something like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then you have, this jump page. This is really good and safest, like the most compliant one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would be careful with the fat cells references and metabolizing fat. Just Facebook gets sensitive about stuff like that. Like here, I think it'd be safer just saying like even the metabolism, I can't talk. Metabolism furnace or something like that, versus fat. Just using the word body fat can get tricky. Yeah, I don't think I would do the metabolized fat cells. I would just say something like that. I mean, you can say things like, you can say something like disrupts the fat cells. I don't know why disruption is my favorite word today. But, disrupts the fat cells. I don't want to make it so generic that you say like boosts the metabolism, but supports a healthy metabolism would be like your safest or most compliant one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just see if you can play around with the fat cell references. Do you want me to take a look at the leads too?
Yeah, if you can take a look at the body copy, that would be great, because
Okay.
you told me to make some changes there,
Okay.
specifically in the mechanism part.
Yeah, great. Like this is what I would pull up into the Facebook ad. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any major problems with this. It's like an advertorial, right?
Yes, this is
Yeah.
this is an advertorial. Be going to the VSO.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And both the leads like tie into that whole idea that, working out is not the issue. It's actually really,
Yeah.
it's your sleep. And most people aren't getting the deep sleep they need. So they trigger these hormones. Now here's a solution to kind of like offset that or get around it. Yeah.
Thank you, Sabah.
You're good. Yep. You're welcome. Let's see. Andrew. Nice. This is coming together.
I know I'm like beating this one to death every week.
It's looking good. You got some design on it.
And then I've got more changes that I've already got recommended. So every single time I have someone review this, it's already too late, which frustrates me.
Oh, I see.
But,
you can still make changes though, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. This is really good. This segue. I wonder if you even need the not all sources are equal, because most people don't even know what this is. And if the push more is that that it actually helps reduce inflammation and boost your immune system, then that's the benefit of it, right? Like not necessarily like where it comes from. Like that, I don't know if this section is needed.
Oh,
Because
wait,
you can basically just say that beta glucan is this, this like magic ingredient, and it happens to be in nutritional yeast in its best form for like easy absorption. Like that's what you could basically lead with, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And also, just as I guess a question, when I say oatmeal, do you immediately think beta glucan, or do you just think heart healthy, or do you think nothing at all of oatmeal?
I think heart healthy, yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't even know that it's in oats and barley.
Oh, geez, I'm gonna stop saying that then.
So that's what I mean. Like if there's no, like most people aren't thinking that, oh, but where should I source my beta glucan, right? So, yeah, that's why I wouldn't, just because you're trying to, move the reader along, I might just, edit out this section because it's not really needed. The real draw of the beta glucan is that it helps with inflammation. Most people won't know that. So you can present that as this, unique thing. And then you can say, and in this nutritional yeast, it's available in great quantities and it's easy to absorb. Yeah. This is so good. This is so good. So dramatic. The merry-go-round of death. In a good way. Yeah, so I mean, this is actually already implied, right, early on when you introduce the beta glucan, and that's what I was getting at, that like beta glucan is the solution to helping manage inflammation, and the yeast has high quantity of it, or is high in this, beta glucan content, so making it like, a no-brainer. Do you think this is an objection for somebody who doesn't know about this nutritional yeast concept?
Yeah, I was debating on that one because I'm still like, I know we're still running a lot of ads that are a little more vegan focused, which the problem there becomes we're selling commodity at that point because you can find other nutritional yeasts on, say, Amazon, and they are relatively similar in most regards, excluding flavor, which can vary pretty wildly.
Okay. So maybe highlight that this is the tastiest nutritional yeast you'll find out there versus, you know, trying to push on quality. I really like the concept though of like showing all the disappointed Amazon buyers. I just wonder if that's really an objection at this point for this customer.
Yeah, my other worry was it lets them know that this is on Amazon.
That's true. Yeah, then they're going to start looking for it.
I have been debating about cutting that. I probably will for now.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe just focus more on the taste and flavor. That like even though there's, you know, you can say that most people don't know that there's a variety of nutritional yeasts out there, but if you really want something that tastes like cheese and will enhance all your recipes, then basically this is your solution, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was moving towards that more at the end, so I would probably just talk about it more.
Yeah. Yeah, basically just segue into all this because you do a really good job of explaining how tasty it is. I would just, minor thing, just like add the word today or now right here when you try Nutrilicious now or today. Nice. Are most people buying the 6 bags?
Probably not, but I figured mentioning the 6 would be a little smarter rather than just mentioning one.
Right. Because how many options do you have? Oh, you only have one option here?
If you put in the email and all that, you do have multiple options. I'd gotten feedback earlier that this order form is confusing as heck.
It is, yeah.
And that apparently it also doesn't work. Because the person who was reviewing my copy wanted to buy it after reading it and then couldn't with 3 different credit cards.
Okay.
So well, she told me she told me about that. And I'm like, uh-oh. Because there's been a lot of small issues like people not getting the recipe email. So I have them as downloads at the end of the funnel now to hopefully get our quality score back up.
Okay.
The emails weren't sending right. There's just a lot of little things, and I'm afraid are probably nickel and diming the funnel.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, definitely get the tech side fixed, but yeah, I think you might actually do better with the 1, 3, and 6 type presentation with the bonuses. Like, you know, just do like almost like a supplement stack, except it's the bags. You know, Cacao Bliss.
A lot better too. Yeah, because that'd be a lot more intuitive. I'm guessing a lot of people get to that order form and they might not know what to do with it.
Yeah, I've never actually seen this sort of setup. So
I had heard that that was based on VShred, I think was allegedly doing a form like that, and we've been using that for a long time.
No, we're definitely not doing that right now.
I definitely think it might be worth
yeah,
trying something else, even though I don't know how to program that.
I dropped some ecom. I think, who was it? Somebody asked today about the clothes, and I dropped a couple of examples. There's the Cacao Bliss one. They have the bags of the cacao powder, and they do a nice setup of the 3 options, and they push like the family pack, which is the 6 bags, I think, in the middle. So take a look at that. There's a few other examples in there. But,
I mean, I just literally don't know how to program that into ClickFunnels.
Oh,
that's all.
I see what you're saying.
Because I'm building a lot of it.
Okay. I mean, drop it in the group if somebody can help you, because I don't know ClickFunnels personally, but I know that can be done. I think it's one of their templates. I think there's like a module template that you can import to set that up.
Yeah, if it's a template, I can just reverse engineer it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have templates for that because I see them all the time. Yeah, but those would be my recommendations. It's coming together. It's really solid piece.
All right. Thank you. I'll definitely suggest that. Try to get that done.
All right. Awesome. Harrison.
Hey, Sabah.
Hey.
So this is actually a YouTube ads for a same company that I came up a few times. So basically, like make money online, but
Okay.
they are very compliant about it. They try to be a little bit discreet, and they're not sharing what the method is.
Okay.
And this is a YouTube ad. Could potentially be on Facebook, but primarily YouTube. Drive traffic to a lead magnet called Confessions of a Laptop Millionaire.
Okay.
So I have two ad scripts here, and the body copy, they're pretty much the same. But just want your opinions on the lead, pretty much.
Okay. So since it's YouTube and you are technically talking about like the actual, I would just lead with some, you could just like lead with one fact. So say something like, let's see if I can find something in the copy. Like, what did he do to make the money?
Well, the actual business model is affiliate marketing, but they're very discreet about it.
Okay. I mean, I would do something like from 0 to 100K in 10 days. Is that even possible? Like say something like crazy, statistic, and don't say it to buffer it that it's an actual claim you're making. You just say, is that even possible? Basically, you got to have a pattern interrupt statement for your ad, because this isn't gonna interrupt people.
Okay.
Think about like when you're on YouTube and you're going to a video and then you get interrupted with an ad, the first line and the first scene is like very interruptive, and it has to be something really bold. So if you can think of something that, like I said, like a 0 to 100K in 5 days or something like that, is that even possible? And then you can say something like, I've watched so many millionaires do exactly that, and then go into his story, like something like that. So like the first like 3 seconds really need to be very, very in your face, like shocking, startling, surprising, and then you can go into the rest of it.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think about 400K in 18 months? Is that too long?
Yeah, that's a long time.
I mean, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I mean, think of something shorter, something a bit more like tangible, right?
Okay. I mean, I said that because that's what he did. So he has like actual proof to back it up.
Well, I mean, so he got out of 400K in debt, right? So you could just say,
in 18 months, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe just say something like, most people are shocked to find out how I got rid of 400K in debt, and it wasn't this, like it wasn't the most common things. Like think of
yeah.
something like that.
That could too.
Yeah, again, you just got to think of like one startling, surprising statement, right, to get their attention, and then you can talk more about his like, origin story.
Okay. Do you have?
You could even say something like, "And I did it all from my laptop," because that's sort of the theme of the.
Yeah, that is true.
Something like that.
Okay.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, I have another one that's just a little bit down here. This one I modeled from Dean Graziosi. He has book. His millionaire secret habits. Millionaire. I forgot the title, but something like that.
Yeah, but that's Dean. Like most people know him, right?
Okay. His face is everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, he's already got like the influencer celebrity status. So it's easier to kind of lead with a, hey, it's me, kind of intro. For this one, I like the story, like, but basically, again, come up with some sort of pattern interrupt. So you could say, if he's standing in front of his house, right? That's how you're going to have this set up.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah. So it would be something like he's pointing to the house and say, what does it take to get a house like this without going into debt, or something like that. You know, so it's like again, it's like a pattern interrupt.
Okay. Maybe what do you think about saying kind of like overweight, divorce, 400K in debt, living in the ex-wife's parents' house, basically laying out all these pretty tragic facts as a pattern interrupt. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, it depends how it's presented on screen. So like if there's like if there's photos like popping up on the screen of each of those scenarios, then maybe that could work, right? You might have to get creative with like how that's set up.
Yeah.
Okay. You have the right idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I was planning to ask him if he could drive to the old house, because it's in around the same city, so it shouldn't take too long.
Yeah.
Maybe like crappy house.
It doesn't have to be the real house, right? But the idea being that he's like pointing to the house and
yeah, or something similar.
yeah. Right.
Okay. But what do you think about, like just a little bit that's the end.
Okay.
What do you think about like the body, like right after the opener?
Sitting in the spare room. Okay, so this is where he's telling a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is solid. I like this storyline. It's a digital download. Okay, not pre-push.
Yeah, it's ebook.
Yeah.
Okay, so the opener. All right.
Yeah.
It's always the opener every time. Every time.
That's with YouTube. That's really the secret. Like once you have their attention, and as long as your story, obviously, the rest of it is strong enough that it's going to keep their attention. But that's the key to making the YouTube ads work, is you got to have that really strong interrupt. It's got to be something they haven't seen before, something surprising, and keep them engaged long enough that they watch the whole thing, or they the CTA.
Yeah. Or the media buyer was joking, maybe just have him naked running around.
I mean, there's some crazy YouTube ads out there, and YouTube is a lot more lenient than Facebook is on as far as like what's allowed. So
and it builds up like a lot of people, they just like use cash to get attention.
Yeah,
their bank account,
like massive results. Like they'll show like screenshots, of like crazy results, like flashing on the screen. Yeah, or like standing in front of like mansions and that whole scene.
Yeah.
Stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay. I'll rework the lead. Thanks, Sabah.
Okay.
That's very, very helpful.
You're welcome. Let's see. I think Harrison. Josh.
Yes.
Hey. What are you working on?
Yes, this is the dog info product, dog training for problem dogs. What I'm looking for is just overall, does it flow well? What does it need?
Okay.
I feel like it's missing some things. I'm not sure what.
Okay. I like this breakthrough leash handling technique eliminates the need for, I would just say, a personal dog trainer, because not really the board and care, because that's not like, you don't put your dog in boarding and care to learn how to be good on a leash, right? You would hire a trainer.
They have, that's a good point. They do have places that will train your dog for you and then give them back. And that would be, I think, the equivalent. But board and care doesn't, I feel you're right, doesn't quite convey that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like doggy camp. It's like they have like doggy camps.
Yeah, I mentioned that near the end, near the close of the doggy boot camp.
Yeah, so I would just replace that up here. If you want to mention it up here. Dog rehab, yeah, pretty much, Andrew. It's like where they have to like learn their manners and get trained. Yeah, and I don't think this is needed because you're talking more about the fact that they're not behaving, right? That they're not behaving, they're not listening, they're not behaving on the leash.
Yeah, I was trying to play on the personal emotions of like what they're feeling versus what their dog's feeling. Do you feel it's better to go more about how they feel about the dog than how they feel about what people think of them?
Yeah, I mean, you could talk about like, and no more embarrassing, because for a lot of dog owners, I mean, I'm a dog owner, like it's embarrassing when your dog is misbehaving, just like a child, you know, it's, so, you know, they feel embarrassed or worried that the dog is going to like attack, but, you know, usually that's not the case when they're on the leash. It's just that they're not behaving. Because you do a really good job of saying that here, where your dog just won't stop barking, lunging, and tugging on the leash. That's what it is. That's the problem.
Okay, so talk about the embarrassment versus the hyping up the fear factor.
Yeah, because usually when they're on the leash, I mean, they can't really do much. They just, you know, they just become annoying.
I had a dog too, but he wasn't quite as outrageous as some
Yeah,
dogs.
mine's not too bad. He just gets excited when there are other dogs around because he like wants to go play. And yeah, I wonder if it's about attacking, because remember, they're on a leash. It's not really like you're training them not to bark or lunge at people. So it depends. What is the product? It's an actual like showing them how to get your dog under control, right? On the leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leash training.
Yeah. So it's more about the pain point is that you have a dog that's misbehaving and he's not, because really when you're training them on the leash, then they walk alongside with you, you know, they don't lunge, they don't tug on the leash, and possibly, I mean, one of the fears is that they like hurt their neck, right? Or they hurt their upper body because they're tugging at the leash. And yeah, I mean, I would talk about the emotional stress of, you know, having to deal with that, but I'm not sure if it's about the danger of them like attacking someone as much, because you still have control over the leash, right? You're still holding the leash.
Yeah. It's not off leash stuff.
Yeah, and this is good. Like, imagine the disdainful looks, because that's one of them. You've got a misbehaving dog on your hands, and you know, people start to like, you know, try and get away from it, and it makes the dog owner feel embarrassed. Yeah, this is really good. But I would just add in here that there's out of control behavior, and then add on there that, and especially even when you have them on a leash, it can still feel like, you know, they're out of control. Like, just tie that in, because again, it's not about them technically like attacking someone or, you know, causing like an injury or something. It's more about not having them under control as you're like walking them and taking them places. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, and the disobedience part, that's really the pain point. The why is he misbehaving, you know? Why can't I get that under control? There, this is so good. That this is basically there's this hidden technique of holding the leash in the right way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to somebody and they said originally I'd written about leash reactivity, but they're like, well, that's all over YouTube. So I had to come up with something more specific.
Nice. This is really good. This part about the command and control, instead of building trust with your dog. Is this looks like a repeat? Is it just notes?
It looks like I was starting to add something there and didn't finish.
Okay.
I'll have to work on that and see what I did there. Oh yeah, I have to finish that sentence. It's a hanging sentence.
Nice. Yeah, I like that whole leash reactivity definition. I would just to emphasize this more, specifically a mistakenly taught way of holding the leash, and say something like, you know, just this one change can do this, and this is where you would like almost future pace the benefits of fixing it. So you would say like, this one change can finally, you know, stop your dog from acting out, get them walking right by your side, you know, have them behaving within minutes. Like just make a whole list of, you know, amazing outcomes that happen when you do this technique. Because I don't think you have that listed anywhere like that.
Not up top. I think that would be, isn't it?
This part, yeah. But
yeah,
this
the
is
bullets.
about the course, even before the course. Remember, you're just trying to set them up for, these are all like the happy outcomes that can happen when you learn this technique. So just like bullet point the happy outcomes. Yeah. Yeah, really good job on this. You're on the right track. And you've got some really good tie-ins. You got smooth transitions to like when you reveal the product or the solution. So nothing wrong there.
I was wondering about if it feels like it's worth the price from what you can understand, and what I would need to build that up.
Yeah. That's a stretch at 500. I thought it was going to be like a low ticket product. So it's just a course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it?
Yeah, we're open to. I'm working with the trainer. We're open to putting more content in there if it would be with the price. It was originally low ticket, but just to make the math work on advertising, we're trying to see if we can get that up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, 97 would be the most, I would say, that you could probably sell this for.
As a front end offer.
Yeah. Well, is this a back end offer?
This was going to be a front end sales letter for cold traffic.
Okay. Yeah. Cold traffic, no way at 497.
Oh, I'm sorry. For the 497. Sorry, I'm a little tired.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 497, it was going to be back end, like affiliate offers to email lists and such.
Oh, I see. But are they like getting a lead magnet or something first? Like, how are they being warmed up to this?
We were going to go straight to have affiliates mail straight to the sales page, but we could do a lead magnet too, if you think that would be worth it.
I don't know about affiliate traffic for lead magnet. I mean, you definitely.
We were thinking of going straight to this page from affiliate traffic. We would like to do a front end offer, but
yeah,
we're looking to validate the
concept.
The concept, and it's hard to validate a concept when you just have like a $7 product.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, that would be the way to validate it, but she would need. So, is there an upsell? Like, is there something? Is she selling anything?
Not yet. Not yet. This is a work in progress funnel that's somewhat concept phase still.
Okay. I mean, my recommendation would be, I'm sure she offers training, right? Personally, like that's her thing. So at the very least, like try and get people to get her to be their trainer, like get them, you know, for a session. So she could sell like a session for, I don't know what her fees are, but basically this would be if this is like a $49 product, you know, 97 is pushing it, but I would test it, you know, on the front end. And then your upsell one is going to be like a 197 booking. So at least you could help, you know, offset the ad spend, because I'm sure she would get some bookings at least, if she doesn't have any other courses or anything like that.
No courses or anything like that. She does a lot of in one-on-ones though.
Yeah, so do the one-on-ones, and it could be like the one-on-ones she could have, like the 197 isn't even like her regular one-on-one, like it only it's basically just leash training and something else. And then when she talks to them, she could find out if they are having other behavioral problems, and she could say, oh, well, I do packages too, you know, for 497 you can have me for 2 sessions and we'll do this, and I'll promise that I'll help you do this. Like she could basically customize the packages for the people as they start showing interest in that first offer.
Okay. If that's on cold traffic and she's not going to fly from California to
I mean, you could do
Wisconsin.
Zoom. Yeah,
Zoom?
you could do Zoom training, you know, and I'm sure
Okay.
a lot of dog trainers are doing that because of COVID, right? So, because I hired a dog trainer a couple of times when I had 2 dogs and it was just becoming overwhelming. And she basically, what she was showing me, she would just demo what I had to do, because essentially the person has to do it. It's not, the dog trainer doesn't actually interact with the dog, because they want the dog to get comfortable with you doing whatever it is that, you know, she's teaching. So she would just demo that, hey, you know, do this and put the snack here, and then let them come to you, and then I would do that. So she's just guiding me. She was never actually doing it herself, if that makes
Did
sense.
she have a dog with her, or
No.
she was just going through? Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out the logistics because we thought of that and we're like, well, if she has to have a dog with her in order to do this, like, I mean,
No.
can't do that all day.
She would just guide them. So she'd be
Oh.
like, okay, you're in the room now, sit over here, you know, have the dog do that. She'll just be like a guide. So you could totally do it over Zoom.
Okay, that works. That's awesome. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, nice work though. This is really good.
Thank you.
Mhm. I think I got Josh, and then looks like Luke. Are you here?
I'm here.
Hi.
Hey, Sabah.
What are you working on?
Yeah, so basically, this greenback, they like sell vegan protein bars,
Okay.
and working on a few different things. At first, which is a abandoned cart sequence.
Okay.
So my first time at this as well, and I'm wondering if you have a quick look. 3 emails, obviously simple reminder, and then
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. I see that we saved this one a lot, but you could also do your product, you know, is waiting for you or is sitting in your cart, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What is it? These protein bars or what?
Yeah, they're protein bars.
Okay.
They're vegan, and they're I know they're really, really nice. Apparently, they're like chocolate coated, whatever. So they're really
Yeah,
trying
they
to push
sound like it.
the
That's why I was curious.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's good.
Yeah. Also, a quick question on that as well, because they're bars, but they've also just released a protein powder, and so I'm keeping it somewhat broader to allow for both of them, but because they might have like multiple items in the cart. So yeah.
But yeah, it will depend on what was in the cart, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I just want to keep it like just to goodies instead of like saying a specific product.
Oh, I see. This is like an abandoned cart sequence for all abandons, not specific to, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, then I would just position it as the, you know, as you may know, or as most people know, we're the source of, you know, these delicious chocolate bars and this amazing protein powder. Like if you want to push, if you want to remind them of the great things that are in the store. So you would basically just, you know, just say like, we're like the ultimate source for vegan protein bars, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, sure.
Well, really, well, with abandoned cart sequences though, usually it's, you're bringing them back because you're going to say something like, you know, your cart is expiring soon, and if you check out now, you're going to get 10% off your order. Like there's more of an urgency for the abandoned versus like pushing the benefits of the product, because it's really about the psychology is that somebody almost made a buying decision, but then they just disappeared. Like for some reason they stopped, right? They didn't want to finish checking out. So you're trying to catch them now and remind them that their goods are still in the cart And if they act now, they can get it right away or at a discount. It's usually, those are the most powerful abandon sequences.
Okay.
If there's a way that your client can do like if you act now, you get 10% off your cart. Like I would do that. And then you're basically just selling the discount.
Yeah.
You can remind them, you know, about how good the stuff is, but you're going to lead with the fact that very high sense of urgency, right? Like come back now, finish what you started, and also get this prize, which is the discount.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I was trying to do my best to not include that because they don't really do that. But
They don't want to do that. Okay.
I mean, I can always push for it though. I think I could probably, you know, they probably wouldn't mind. Because if they didn't like the N1 or something.
If they can't do a sense of urgency with a discount that's expiring or going to go away soon, then you can say something like, you have to go heavy on the FOMO, that here's what you're missing out on, right? And say like, you know, however many customers, if they've had hundreds of thousands of customers, you know, 1,000 people can't be wrong. You know, these are like the best, you know, vegan protein bars out there, something like that. Basically, you got to play on FOMO. Like if they don't act now, they're going to miss out on this really good thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, like this is a really good testimonial. Like I would even move that up, you know, further into like the body. This is cute too. I've never seen that, but that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like basically you've got to make it sound like this opportunity is about to disappear, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're really creative. This is good.
Yeah, I figured I'd try and make it a bit different from what everyone else gets. So
yeah, nice. So basically it's like a countdown sequence, right? Like how many days do they keep the stuff in the cart? Do you know?
I guess they can move that. So I'm sort of playing around with what will be the optimum. I mean, like from what you've seen, would you say like, I don't know, like 7 days out, 3 days out?
Like 24, 48 hours. It's like
Okay.
when you get the abandoned cart sequences, especially for retail stuff, they hit you with the, you know, it's basically like, you know, your cart is expiring soon is the underlying message. And so the idea that it's all going to disappear, you know, whatever you chose or whatever is, I mean, obviously it's not a huge thing because you can go shop again, but the idea being that your cart's expiring, usually they'll hit you with a discount and say, if you check out now, you'll get 10% off everything in your cart, you know, that kind of thing, just to get people back in there. That's the goal. I love the Cookie Monster. This is really good. But yeah, you have to think of ways you can lead with the fear of missing out. You know, if you don't have the ability to do the discount, because that's really going to be your power move if you can do some sort of discount. I've seen it where like people will give a free, that instead of doing a discount, they'll say we've added such and such to your cart. Like they'll do an ad product so that you get like a free gift if you check out now. So that's another way to do it. I don't know if they sell like individual bars or something, but they may be able to just say like, you know, check out now. And you could even do it if it's too difficult, you could say check out now and we'll add, check out now, use this code and we'll add one more bar to your order. So it's like they get like a bonus bar, you know?
Yeah, that's another possibility too, actually.
Yeah, because they must be low cost, I imagine.
Yeah, they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
But they're more expensive than your usual chocolate.
Your regular ones, yeah. They sound like a premium, some sort of premium product. But yeah, that's just some ideas for you. But
that's good.
Good job on the creativity. These are fun.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
I think John Did you say you have one? And then Andrew.
Yeah, still here if you have a second.
Yes. Yeah, let me do John first, and then Andrew, I'll come back to you.
Okay. This is just a update of a lander that I think we talked about the other week.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, you have better memory than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has gone through some graphic stuff with their person. So and so it's coming in from a podcast.
Yep.
And they want to keep it super short.
Yep.
But as you scroll through it, I wanted to so this is all from your advice. I wanted to add below that section.
Oh, okay.
So because you actually have to buy 2 products to get the freebie.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
And so it's like, oh, let's just put the products there. But I don't know if that's too much or.
No, as long as this cart works, and I would just add a headline here.
Okay.
Choose your 2 products. Like, yeah, choose your 2 products.
Okay.
Give them some.
Yeah, they're always sold out for some reason. I guess a lot of people like meat stuff.
Yeah, this must be all the carnivore diet people, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you ever see vegans like eating a carrot aggressively to carnivore diet people, but hey, whatever. Okay.
It's funny how we had the vegan cheese and then we got the carnivore snacks like in the same.
when they talk to me about working with them, the first question is, "Are you a vegan?"
Really? Oh, they won't work with vegans.
It won't work. Yeah, but it's like politics. The extremes on each side.
I suppose. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
I mean, Andrew, you're not vegan, right? But you were able to do the Nutrilicious stuff. Yeah. Yeah. You got, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
My recommendation, John, is just to put, just put a headline here. Choose your two carnivore snacks.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I will eventually get all this stuff figured out.
Okay.
Landing pages.
Great. Looking good though. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, definitely, Luke. You gotta keep them separate countries.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. It looks like Andrew, you've got a Facebook post. Let me see. Oh, did I miss this? I didn't even see that.
It's been a mess.
Okay. You could just tag me next time you have something like this, because I didn't even see this one. Okay, let's see. So you're running YouTube ads to this?
Yeah, I was talking to LITE. This is not the page that they will land on. This was just a technically complete, more comprehensive one. A screenshot of the actual landing page was in the comments.
Okay.
But since it's not technically done yet, I didn't think they want to be sending anyone there yet.
Okay. Okay, so it's a pre-training. So what's your question? Oh, who on? It's going to be people who are looking to improve their relationships, right? Oh no. Okay, so it's emotional. It's like emotional intelligence. So let me just see.
Yeah, I'm trying to get opinions on stuff because I know how long this is going to take to suss it out by myself.
Yeah, master emotional and social intelligence. This is going to it's going to be a personal development crowd. It's going to be people who, Tony Robbins, people who are into personal development and growth, personal growth, all of those, like the authors, self-confidence, self-esteem, just even like life, people who subscribe to life coaches, because they're looking for guidance. So all the like gurus who are like life coaches would be like good audience targets.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I mean, females, I'm sure I think there's going to be a split. I don't know how her training, do you think that, have you seen her training? Like, is it more geared towards women or?
I personally think it's more geared towards women.
Okay. Then yeah, go with the female angle. You know, and for women, it's going to be like the meaningful social connections, improving your, you know, romantic relationship, boosting self-confidence and self-esteem. That's going to be a big one for them. Yeah, and just having healthy good emotional health. So just learning, like, you know, self-care and, you know, being able to navigate life successfully, those kinds of things. It's going to be like the life coaches and you know, personal development gurus that they follow. Because you can, when you're doing YouTube ads, like, you can target other like life coaches and personal development people so that your in-stream ad interrupts their videos, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Luckily, I do have a lot of training on YouTube, like media buying and ads.
You do?
So
Okay.
that I can figure out.
Okay, good.
This was just, I was driving myself crazy because originally she wasn't sure who the target was. I wasn't quite sure who the target was because she works with a lot of women who have been victimized in the past, in particular, people with lots of emotional trauma, but also horse riders. And most of her stuff gets reviews from horse riders specifically.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's very, because it's technically equine assisted therapy.
Oh, I
but
see.
The information it's actually good information.
Applicable to, yeah, a wider group.
It's a little bit weird. We were trying to get my head around it the way that it was described.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I hope that helps.
Yeah, because now I at least know what to look for, other than just like hoping that Tony Robbins was the right direction.
Yeah, no, it will go beyond Tony Robbins. There's a lot of like female life coaches. Look up Brene Brown. She's like an author who does a lot of you know, she does a lot of talks. She has a good, you know, strong female following, and she talks about, like, you know, building your self-confidence and really tapping into like vulnerability and emotions, and how that can be how it's more powerful to do that than like the more traditional ways of, you know, personal growth. So she's got a huge audience. So that would be definitely like your.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she'll be perfect. And hopefully she's got like featured channels and stuff.
Yeah, she does. She's been on TED Talks, and she's got like books out there and stuff like that.
Oh, and that sounds like a perfect place to start.
Yeah. Look up even just look up TED Talks, right? That of like these authors and speakers who talk about emotional intelligence and things like that, because they usually have big followings too. Does that help?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Sweet. Okay. I think that's everybody. If I forgot someone, please raise your hand now, or we can wrap up for today. We good? All right. Thanks, everyone. I will see you next week. And next week will be Wednesday at noon instead. So just remember the time change, because I'll be traveling next Thursday. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.